I remember my first assembly.
They were radical folk songs. I mean,
Right.
This Land Is Your Land. And
Right, was like that everybody in the school knew that song.
I remember walking into 5th grade and they had a sandbox and we were making a map. And I was just like, oh, wow, this is great.
My father waved around a horse dildo.
Right.
Right, and demonstrated how to put a condom on a horse dildo.
Partied with our teacher friends when we were in high school at social events. You know,
I don't remember that.
I do.
And be the weird freak that you are. And for me, it was like I was so happy.
So why did my parents choose to send me to school on the edge of Harlem?
I mean, the beauty of New Lincoln was that kids could be who they were.
I'd been to 3 schools. I had problems at all 3 schools.
It was very much an alternative vision. It was these intellectual African-American people basically getting together with the Jews.
I just come from Columbia Grammar, which was horrific.
The corridors were like, that was like a party for me, you know, playing locker ball, the whole scene in the student lounge, that was, you know, fantastic, playing guts.
In the beginning of the semester, okay, what are we going to study this semester? It's like, what? You're the teacher. Why are you asking me? Science and Society.
Science and Society with Irma Jarko, when I was in 5th grade, had a profound impact on my life.
Yes, and she was Mrs. Jarko.
You know, blew me away. I remember her. I remember the class. Oh, she was fabulous.
That changed my life.
Yeah.
I mean, my whole perception of the environment and you know what our industry does to our world.
Fred Schultz,
Mr. Swan,
Livingston.
Ed Bly,
Mr. Rizek,
I love Mr. Rizek.
Mike Passo,
Bob Giard, you know, Marty Kerner.
On Mason.
Bob Giard.
Bob Livingston.
Oh, my God.
I mean, yeah.
Ulysses for a year.
But there was something about Mr. Jones. I mean, he was like a total mystery.
Bob Jones was a wasp.
Right.
There are a few.
The books that he assigned were, you know, beyond my ability. I mean, like, we had to read Sound and the Fury.
He had us reading books that most kids don't read in college.
Why is he drinking milk all the time?
He made you want to understand those books.
Like that book was incomprehensible to me. It was like totally
James Joyce is incomprehensible,
Well,
and he made us read that.
We read Portrait of an Artist as a young man, which had like a story to it.
I remember Marty in particular, and I was not talented in math. Somehow or another got me to love math, and I was way above where I should have been because of him.
That's what makes him so brilliant. He had a tremendous influence on my life. I ended up majoring in it. And I credit him with the whole thing.
There was a passion there and a way of teaching that totally turned my mind around about that sort of thing.
I've never been the same since. My whole perception of the world is based on what I learned that year. And it's really profound.
And it was an extraordinary experience for all of us.
I think we all agree that we have had at New Lincoln, I would say, a profound one.
In that sense, New Lincoln saved me.